Okay, good morning everyone. I'm not going to waste too much time. I'm already apologizing before. I might just turn around sometimes or lie down and stuff, so just get used to me. Okay, we're just going to begin with our legs crossed, seated very comfortably. Okay, and just going to start with a little bit of breathing so we feel more centered. Yeah, because as soon as I close my eyes, there are 100,000 things floating around, thoughts. So you want to feel centered, and all you need to do is simple. As you're breathing, just focus on your chest. So when you breathe in, your chest rises, and then you breathe out, the chest drops. Okay, so you just need to focus on that. Just a couple of breaths. That's it. Okay. So just you can keep your hands on your knees, shoulders relaxed, back straight. Yeah. And just breathe in through the nose. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. And just rub your hands to generate some heat. Yeah, like that. And just place your palms on your eyes and just massage your eyes. Okay. When you're done that, just take your right hand, and actually it doesn't matter which hand, just place it across your shoulders and get the scapula. Just a short massage. So just often we're sleeping on one side and we put a lot of stress, so you just want to, before we get started, okay, you'll definitely feel a soreness somewhere. It's going to linger a little bit longer. Other side. Okay, so we get started here. We start with the neck first. So place your hands behind the head and just breathe into the stretch. Simple rotation. Okay, we start in a double pigeon pose. So you just stack the legs up. Again, feel free to use variations, modify your practice. You don't exactly have to stick to this. Whatever feels good, because in the morning we are so tired. So what works for me may not work for you, and also I have already practiced a bit before this, so I'm warm enough. If you're not, so just keep the legs crossed. Okay, reach your arms out in front and drop the head. Remember to draw the navel in towards your spine and keep the spine long, keep the neck straight. And just walk over to the side, right side, to the left, and center. And just, wherever there is a little tightness, try to identify that and create space in your back, in your hips. Okay, let's switch the legs. again, when you're starting out with simple stretches, think about getting an overall workout at the same time. So just always think about your navel is always trying to push in towards your spine, so you always feel centered that way, because everything is like in there towards the center of your body. So your rib cage is always pulling in, hugging your spine, and yeah, so you feel that you're at the same time you're strengthening your muscles in your abdominal. And just walk over. Alright, back of the leg. Now, the most neglected area I feel are our toes, right? So think about really opening out the toes, like creating space between each toe, because there are a lot of nerve endings. So when you are stretching, you're stimulating the nerve endings, so which is supposed to be really good. Okay, especially if you're a dancer, putting a lot of stress on the balls of your feet all the time. So you want to get a good stretch. You can also massage your feet if you want. Yeah, and then stretch the toes. Okay, and place the leg over the other, just like that, and place your left, if it's your left leg, place your left arm or your hand on top of the knee and push the knee down as you do a little spinal twist. Again, you don't want to operate from a place of, oh, is this too difficult, it's not for me. So those are all negative way of looking at things. If something doesn't work for you, don't stress, stop. Get over with it, maybe go to the next one. Yeah. Switch the legs. Remember, stretch the toes out. Okay. Massage if you want. And then same thing. Push the knee away. So always do everything from the point of compassion. Like, so if you're stretching some part of your body, be kind. Don't try to force anything. Okay, especially during these hard times, you don't want to do anything that is aggravating something else. Yeah. All right. So the next is Pigeon Pose. Now I love Pigeon Pose. It's such a great stretch. Opens up the hips from the front and a generous amount of stretch on the outside of the leg that is folded in front. Yeah. So you can again move from side to side. Okay. Switch sides. Pull the leg. Now, in this position, fold your right over left. Just make sure that your hips are on the mat, your weight is equally distributed, and this is a great stretch. Now it may not work for some of you, so you can just skip this part if it doesn't. Okay. Spinal twist, my favorite one. With the legs, and you want to hold these a little bit longer. I'm really just going from one to the other. I'm jumping over. You would probably want to hold it for at least 5 to 6 seconds or more if you want to. So if you find bending over is difficult, you can also just stay at a point which feels comfortable, or you could also rest your forehead on your knee. That helps to relax the back, the neck from bending over. And the twist. Now I'm going to go into my child's pose. This is going to be a flow before I get into my cobra. Now think about activating your fingertips here. Inhale. Exhale, round the back. Spread the fingers. Put equal amount of pressure in all your fingers. Inhale, lift your chest up, gaze up. Exhale, drop. Again, inhale. Exhale, round the back. Inhale, up. Now this is what I really like. This is one of my favorite stretches where you're just making circles. Again, you want to always feel good about doing something. You don't want to feel stressed about not being able to do something. That's not the point. You want to always feel good about doing something so that you can repeat it later. And back. And roll over. Drop the hips. Keep your abdominals lifted. Ribcage in. Okay, you can add a twist. And drop. Okay. Now spread the arms out by your side, shoulder level, and rest your head on your right side because you're going to be going to the right side now. Place your left hand next to you. Open up and place the left leg back. You should feel the stretch on your upper back. Hips opening up to the front. Just an overall a really good stretch for the back and the front of hips. Other side. And back. And then going to crisscross your arms in front. So I feel like a spider right now, like a really creepy one. Here, so I'm gonna hold this. It's a great stretch for the scapula, upper back. Then you just switch the arms. bring the arms out by your side. Keep the palm facing the ceiling, and you're just going to lift up your chest. Keep your abdominals engaged even though we're lying on our tummy. And think about your fingers trying to reach your toes. Yeah, so you're creating a long spine here. Avoid looking up because that stresses the neck. Look somewhere in front of your mat. And then just lift the legs just a little bit. Feel your lower back working a little bit here. And then drop. Drop down. Bring your arms by your side. Push back. Into child's pose. Lift up to down dog. Now I know most of you love this. So you're going to go up on the balls of your feet. Let your head hang there heavy. And you're going to ripple to the front. Into a high plank. And then arch your back. Let your hips be the highest point, of your body, and then push back. And just walk back slowly